is order versus clutter. This is a big one for all creatives out there. I know it is tough to bring order and structure to an environment because you're creative. You just want to go off the top of the dome, stuff that might be all over the place, and you just want to grab and go. Welcome to another session of Strategies for Creatives, and today we are talking about why should you switch up your environment? Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Who knows? Let's brainstorm. All right, as most of you know, we've all lived through COVID 2019, 2018, sometime around that, all the way up to like 2021, 22. I can't exactly remember, but one thing that I know for sure is you had to make sure you had a good environment. Your house became your place of work, peace, sleep, relaxation. I have a hybrid job. So prior to COVID, it wasn't hybrid. It was going to office and that's what you had. And that's just what it was, a traditional position. Now you have hybrid positions. Now you have work from home positions. And the thing that is very unique about all of them is what type of space do you actually work in? How are you still being able to be creative and being able to navigate in a place that you sleep as well as work? Some people do it really well. It took me a while to kind of figure it out because I would jump around, sit on couches, even have some downtime, trying to watch a movie at the same time you're working and try to use that movie as background noise. That does not work. How do you create an environment and make it your own? And if you already do have one, when is it a good time to switch it up? A few things when it comes to strategy and how you want to go about it starts with just one basic question. Why are you doing it? What is the main function of it? And what do you want to get out of it? Are you looking for inspiration? Is it an environment that is not conducive to your creativity? Is it actually working against you? Is it making you more frustrated? These are all the questions that I ask myself. Personally, I used to switch up my environment at least twice a year. I love doing that because I always wanted to create a different environment, a different unique feel, no matter where I was. Whether if I was working at home or I had an office, I always like to switch it up because I needed a different perspective on what I was doing. Whether it was adding new furniture or getting a standing desk, which I would highly recommend because you get that versatility and you also get the ability to navigate your space the way you see fit in order to fit what you're doing and how you need to operate, whether it's for a specific position, specific product, or specific project. You need to have that capability to navigate it the best way. So a few things I want to look at, and I took some notes because I did not want to forget these points, which I think they're very, very unique, and it'll kind of help you make some decisions on if you should even switch up your environment or not. Functional versus inspirational. Now, you can have both, but you probably want to lean towards functional first and see how you can include inspirational items. That could be picture frames, paintings, that could be, tchotchkes, little toys, figurines, all that kind of stuff, or even plants. So depending on what you're looking for and how you want to leverage inspiration, figure out what's necessary for functionality, because that's going to drive how you need to work and how you need to maneuver within the space. The other one you want to look at is order versus clutter. This is a big one for all creatives out there. I know it is tough to bring order and structure to an environment because you're creative. You just want to go off the top of the dome, stuff that might be all over the place, and you just want to grab and go. Well, here's a problem with that. One unique example I like to think about is a chef. When you think about when they're starting to cook and starting to prepare and get the environment ready for what they want to do, they need a clean environment. All of their utensils are clean. The pots and pans are ready to go. Everything is pristine for two reasons. One, you don't want to get any dirt in your food, which I think is kind of disgusting. But the other part about it is you want to make sure you can just grab and go. Same thing when you think about a painter. Most of the time, you don't want to sit there and try to clean nasty brushes that are gumped up or have old paint in them and then try to use them for a position or a new project that you're about to start. You're going to have to sit, you're going to stop. It's going to break up some of your focus, more or less, and your streamlined capabilities to get going on whatever you're doing. So when you think about clutter, that is also going to slow you down. As much as you might have all your stuff and you might know exactly where it is behind that old box in the corner, that's going to give you more freedom in your mind to be able to grab and go, and you have more functionality mixed in with your environment to make you function and be more creative quicker. So you can have a dramatic environment versus a more subtle or relaxed environment. So if you've been watching my podcast and you've noticed my environment, I've switched it up and I actually have a mural behind me this time. I actually changed my location. Where I was sitting is now my workout space. But this area over here allows me to have more of a little inspiration and creativity surrounding me. So now I can pull from stuff, or I can take a moment, glance, look at something. It allows my creativity to be kind of freed up. So when you think about the environment, mine was drastic. I see a wall, I immediately think canvas, I want to start painting on it. Putting a mural in this corner, kind of wrapping around, and then now putting my desk in it made me feel like I was becoming a part of my environment, the emotions and everything that was attached to what I created on this wall. But if you don't want something that drastic, you can just clean up your environment. You might add a plant, like I said, or a candle or of some sort to kind of bring or invoke just a little bit of change that might just make you be inspired for a moment, or it might be something that you want to leverage based on what you're doing at that moment. And the last thing I want to bring up is an open concept versus a cozy and comfortable concept. And you can have both depending on how you want to operate. You can have a very open concept but have cozy, comfortable furniture, or you can have an open concept and it be very clean, pristine, and more modern, so you have more sharper edges and the dynamics are very aggressive. I like a little bit of both. I like some comfort. I enjoy the new look and feel of a modern layout. I'll put a link in below. There is a article, it's a little old, but it's a good article from 2021 from Spaces. But they did a whole article about the space and making it convenient, comfortable. They also talk about different colors that inspire and invoke creativity. You also want to think about textures as well. These are all things that are related to science that prove one major fact. Creativity needs something to pull from. So whatever you're doing, think about your environment, prepare your environment, and enjoy it, because you're gonna have to work in it or you're gonna have to live in it. So whatever you're doing, enjoy your environment, enjoy your space, and make your creative environment the best opportunity for you to create no matter what you have to work on. Hope you guys enjoyed another quick session of this podcast. What are some pros and some cons based on the things that I've mentioned? How is your space set up? I would love to hear about it, and I know other people would like to get some inspiration as well if you have something unique about how you work or the type of work that you do and the type of environment that is needed for the type of work that you do. I would love to hear from you. Look forward to seeing you on the next podcast.